Welcome to Linz. Welcome to a new episode of Inside Festival. We are again in the Ars Electronica Center. Behind us, this beautiful scenery of the Danube, where at the moment the sun is shining. And I need to tell you, I'm a little bit freaking out because the festival is just 11 days away. So the sun shining behind me is hopefully something that keeps on shining until the festival is over. In case we need to implement plan B, C, or D, if it is raining, it might bring a bit of trouble to us and our team, make things a bit more complicated. So please be with us here, press the thumbs and hope for us for wonderful weather. Now, I'd like to introduce my dear, wonderful colleague, Hortense, who is with me today. She is working as a garden manager also this year, and she has been courageous enough to come back after last year's experience where she started, where we actually all implemented this wonderful decentralized festival that is connecting more than 80 places around the world with partners and their festival gardens. Today's topic is actually about the community. We are presenting some example project today, but actually the community is something that without them, the festival, especially this year's, wouldn't exist or at least be rather small. The Kepler's Gardens are taking place in so many locations around the world on all different continents, starting from Latin America, from Chile to Africa, many European countries, whether it's Latvia or whether it's Belgium or also to Kosovo. And then we are bringing also projects in from Asian countries like Korea, but Japan, and also to Oceania with New Zealand and Australia. So this community that has been working together over the last month really came together in monthly community networking meetings where we brought all the partners together to also exchange, and so that it's not just Ars Electronica always connecting everyone, but that also our partners get the chance to meet the others, so to say, and to connect their individual garden programs. So what I'm trying to say is that this year's festival is really about the community, is really about bringing everyone together, and we're making quite a huge effort in not just connecting the different partners, but also asking every one of them that they need to reach out to their own audiences, that we will have the goal of broadening the audiences for the media arts community. And this is a wonderful chance that we have with this year's festival that allows us to connect with our partner network, but even more so also bring in the partner networks of all those individual partners. So on our festival platform, you are able to not just meet our partners, but meet many institutions from around the world that are involved with our partner networks. Now, what we are talking about today is actually a very special project that I'd like to introduce. And over the last 30 years, plastic production has increased by 620% just in Catalonia in Spain. Every day, actually, 720 kilograms of food are thrown away. And this wasted food is totaling to 260 tons per year. And it's equivalent to the food that is needed for 500,000 people for 1 year. And the reason that I'm actually telling you this is because I'd like to introduce you our project partners, Remix El Barrio in Barcelona. They have received the STARTS prize for innovative collaboration, and they really brought this prize to a new level. They brought together many different communities in Barcelona, many initiatives, many institutions that thought about how can they collect the waste, the food waste from supermarket, from restaurants, and make something new out of it. And they developed quite a large array of different prototypes, different products actually that you can buy in stores now in Barcelona, starting from kombucha leather, starting from new materials made out of olive seeds. And they have been really nurturing the community in Barcelona, bringing in new partners that usually are not part of our usual community, so to say. And it's really a pilot program, I would say, that stands as an example for what a community, if they start working together, really can bring together and really can have an impact also on the city life. But enough from myself, let's have a look into the video where our partners tell you by themselves what they are doing also during the festival.
Mi nombre es Miguel Ortiz, participé en el proceso de co-creación facilitado por el Fab Lab de Barcelona, aquí en el barrio de Poblenou, y formo parte de Remix el Barrio. Remix el Barrio es un colectivo de diseñadores de biomateriales hechos con restos alimenticios. Estamos explorando nuevas técnicas de ecodiseño colaborativo que involucra redes locales, fomentando prácticas circulares de residuo cero. Estamos transformando los restos de comida en nuevos materiales, productos y servicios, haciendo papel y envases a partir de residuos de cáscara de café, creando lámparas, sillas y macetas originales a partir de huesos de aceituna, cáscara de huevo, mate, diseñando una chaqueta hecha con pieles de naranja, creando tintes naturales a partir de huesos de aguacate, jabones a partir de aceite usado, galletas y snacks para vecinos o animales a partir de las mermas de restaurantes. La ecocreación es un eje fundamental del colectivo Remix el Barrio. Hoy ya no pensamos en la idea de un autor, sino en el intercambio de prácticas y divulgación de conocimientos mediante las expertas del Fab Lab. Estamos unidos en torno a los valores de la cooperación local, la solidaridad, las nuevas formas de artesanía y la circularidad, aquí en Barcelona.
What if in the following years food waste will become our new treasure? Inspired by Remix el Barrio. From Fab Lab Barcelona and IAAC Poblenou, Barcelona's neighborhood has shaped a circular ecosystem with restaurants, citizens and new fabrication community places. How does it work? It is simple, the circular system, starting from collecting waste from restaurant, transported via cargo bike, pre-processing waste, designing, crafting and micro-manufacturing of products, redistributing them in local marketplaces, urban gardens, or even directly to restaurants. In 2030, this practice has inspired many other places. Each neighborhood functions as a point of transformation of waste into biomaterials, as a place of meeting and cooperation between designers and artisans building knowledge and products, recipes, knowledge and practices are shared in the other barrios of Barcelona, other cities and places in the world. Become a food waste material maker. Learn by making. Think about proximity and local consumption. Care, craft the future, now.
It's definitely a project to think about the next time in your kitchen. I'm now thrilled to introduce the Conscious Community Project of Garden New York City, coordinated by the international artist collective Extended Reality Ensemble. For the 2021 edition of our festival, the collective invites pluridisciplinary artists from multiple communities to exchange with the audience through the hybrid expressions that emerge at the intersection of the virtual and the actual. The New York City Garden, called A Portal, aims to offer an Alice in Wonderland sensory experience in a place that is both connected and out of time. The movement of the flex dancers, the 3D virtual environment, the sound performances, and the visual experimentations aim to connect and create the interfaces between a kaleidoscope of situated realities. Sharing, transmitting, and enabling cross-dialogues are the core aspects of this beautiful inclusive proposal that is now presented to you.
Christ, this is a worldwide escapade of every massive afraid.
The reason why I teach is to give back to my community.
It needs to be taught everywhere because it's something that takes a lot of your time.
besides work and school. Flex is the key. You can't really define flex because it's that great. Yeah, it's very abstract, it's different, no rules, it's exquisite.
That's the best part of the dancing. The attitude is the style.
The reason why I teach, because it gives me a chance to pass back life scrolls and life experiences that I've learned.
The last 1.5 years have taken a toll on everybody. Now we are supposed to shift towards a new normal. So we wonder, how is this possible? How can technology serve us? Can it help us heal?
My name is Mix Mango, and I'm an electronic musician and experimental sonic artist in New York City. I process my experiences through my music, from the day-to-day living in New York to those linked to my identity as a second-generation Indian American and a queer person in America.
It gives me goosebumps when I think about that we have an actual festival garden in New York City, in Queens. They are not doing just virtual programs, they are actually hosting a festival there for their community for 5 days on site and allow us to experience as part of their performances and programs, then also online on our festival platform. It's really, really cool. And I remember still Anne, one of the organizers, actually, she was part of our press conference for the festival. And she asked us in that press conference, how can we become a part of the festival? And she is a new partner, but I couldn't imagine a more enthusiastic one. And ever since, she has been engaging all her community partners and artists to become a part of the festival. That's what we really call community and partnership. Now on to the next one. The cryptic name of Code H stands for the garden of our amazing partners in Seoul, the Korean National University of Arts. And H stands actually for humor, humanity, human as well as hybrid. K-Arts is presenting several projects that have been developed over a course of 3 months in an actual university program that K-Arts was hosting together with Ars Electronica. We have been witnessing the process of creating artworks at this nexus of immersive performance and interactive gaming, and have been accompanying the wonderful students of those groups on a weekly basis to hear more about their ideas, to give them feedbacks, to give them insight also in other projects like coming from the Ars Electronica, and thereby helping them to develop their project. Those wonderful outcomes you can see at the festival, and now our partners are introducing you to a sneak peek into their garden with a very funny and funky video. Have a look.
Hello, this is Hana Yoon. I'm the project manager of 2021 Ars Electronica Garden Zone Festival. It's a beautiful day. I'm Dayoung.
Hi everyone, I'm Lim.
Garden Seoul is an online festival held by the Korea National University of Art, which is located in Seoul. As an art school, we are always looking into the future of art education and new ways of art creation.
The 2021 edition of the festival will be presented under the theme Code 8 and will focus on humor as a way to explore new aesthetics and enable future art and technology to coexist with humanity.
To imagine a better future for the society where digitalization accelerating due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the festival highlights digital humanity through performance, lectures, showcase, based on a three keyword: human, humor, and hybrid under the common theme Code H. Now, we'd like to proudly introduce you our online showcase program called Hybrid. The showcase represents artworks produced by K-Art students through the new media creative education program called K-Art by Ars Electronica Academy. The Academy was composed of two classes, Interactive Plus and Immersive Performance. Each class ran for 16 weeks of workshops and included 3 mentoring sections conducted by Ars Electronica's world-class experts. And the end appended have created 8 pieces of work using games and VR media.
Every program of Garden Seoul Festival will be shown on the official YouTube channel of K-Arts, and the online showcase will be broadcast at krarts.worldwidelab.kr.
Yeah, and we prepared a variety of things. On the last day of the festival, Art Norris Jangu in the Club, which is also a participant of showcase called Hybrid, will hold a networking party with music performance in the VR chat on September 12th. For more information, visit krarts.worldwidelab.kr. Thank you for listening.
It's a project full of poetry. I'm definitely very much looking forward to having fun with Garden Seoul. The Paquete Semanal is part of the Section Arte Archive program presented this year by the Ars Electronica Garden Cuba called Disconnected Experiences. First of all, I would love to warmly greet the love energy of Garden Cuba artists and curators that they put in building this project despite the unprecedented social crisis happening in the island. The Paquete Semanal, which can be translated as weekly package, explores the border between online and offline. It offers to its users a wide variety of content from soap opera to books, stored in a hard drive, updated every week, and distributed all over the island. In addition to making us think differently about the flow of information, it is inscribed in a context of asymmetrical access to the internet in Cuba, but also to the history of black market exchanges. In this regard, the Paquete Semanal injects connection into disconnection, thus linking each user via the way it circulates. And now I will give the floor to Néstor Sire, the curator of this project.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Néstor Sire. Soy un artista visual y curador cubano, actualmente en La Habana. Ars Electronica es uno de los festivales de arte con nuevas tecnologías más importantes del mundo. Debido a toda la situación del COVID, numerosas instituciones han pospuesto o cancelado sus actividades o eventos artísticos. Sin embargo, para la edición 2021, Ars Electronica se propone desarrollar presentaciones en línea como parte de su evento central, y Cuba ha sido invitada a participar. Para ello, varias instituciones como CLIC Cuba Europa, la UNIC, la Oficina del Historiador de La Habana, directamente conectada con Habana Espacios Creativos, y el proyecto artístico Sección Arte lanzan una convocatoria destinada a artistas digitales cubanos menores de 35 años de edad para participar en la exhibición Disconnected Experience. Una de las premisas de esta convocatoria es recibir videos que de alguna manera documentan o registran las prácticas artísticas digitales en Cuba. O sea, Cuba tiene unas peculiaridades en relación a conectividad, al acceso a las tecnologías, y los artistas y los creadores que trabajan con nuevos medios de alguna u otra manera se ven afectados o tienen algún tipo de relación desde sus propios proyectos con estas condiciones peculiares. Nuestro proyecto curatorial Disconnected Experience estará presentado en Sección Arte. Sección Arte es un espacio digital que exhibe artistas y prácticas digitales en Cuba desde el 2015 y se encuentra dentro de uno de esos fenómenos, los cuales son resultado de la creatividad social cubana, llamado el paquete semanal. El paquete semanal es una colección de archivos de 1 terabyte que se distribuye de mano a mano en todo el país y cubre una amplia variedad de medios digitales de entretenimiento. Este espacio funciona también en esa dualidad de prácticas offline y online. En ese sentido, el gran objetivo es precisamente que los artistas creen unos videos en donde compartan sus experiencias, o sea, la manera en la que entienden las artes digitales y la manera en la que producen y crean esas artes digitales en conexión con el contexto en donde viven. No solamente esta convocatoria está enfocada a artistas, o sea, estamos hablando de creadores y prácticas artísticas, gente que puede venir del campo del diseño o inclusive de muchos otros campos que, aunque no están directamente conectados con la idea que se entiende el arte contemporáneo, puedan ser parte, ¿no?, de esta exhibición que de alguna manera mapea todas esas experiencias y prácticas artísticas digitales del contexto cubano.
We are really excited about this wonderful opportunity of having a garden this year also in Cuba. And a big, big thank you to our organizers there, because the current situation is really not an easy one. And thanks for pulling through here. And now what is happening in Linz in our Kepler's garden. So at the moment it feels really like a bee swarm. We have vehicles going forth and back, forklifts, bikes, people of course as well, transporting artworks, architecture and plants from A to B and setting up everything at the moment. So the status quo is kind of that the architecture is more or less set up, and now very soon the artist will arrive and actually grate us with their presence here, taking sometimes long ways to be here in Linz with us, despite the current situation, and we can't wait to welcome them here in Linz. A very special partner of ours that is always an essential part of every festival that we do are the Stadtgärten Linz. And they provide us with plants every year. So it's an obligatory visit in April that we go to their premises in Linz and discuss with them what type of plants we want for this year's festival. And this year we have chosen sunflowers, but also wheat as well as corn, and they are actually growing those plants just for us. So we'll get like 50 huge containers with sunflowers. We get 200 pots of corn. And you see a little example of how those look like here from last year's festival also. And now I think I'm getting a bit nervous. We really need to go back to our Kepler's gardens and be with our team to help them in the setup. Thanks so much for joining today. Don't forget to subscribe our channels, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode with one more update of our festival before I think the festival starts rather soon. Thanks so much for joining, and bye-bye. Thank you very much.